Growing up, it was always clear to me that my mom favored my younger sister. Despite this, I always did my best to support her because I felt indebted to her for raising me. But when it was decided that my sister would move back home, everything changed. My mom abruptly cut me off, yelling, "Get out, you parasite. If that's what you want, I won't tolerate you anymore. If you choose this path, I'll finally address all the grievances I've held against you." I'm Emily, 28 years old. After college, I landed a decent job and lived with my mom. My dad passed away a few years ago, and my sister is already married with a family of her own. Originally, I planned to live independently, but circumstances shifted when my sister's return altered the family dynamic. I couldn't bear to leave my mom alone, so I stayed. Looking back, my mom had always favored my younger sister, Selena, as her polar opposite, charming and fashionable, though she has a manipulative side. Yet her looks masked any flaws, allowing her to glide through life effortlessly, appearing flawless on the surface. My sister is the complete opposite of me, known for her sincerity, yet she always seems to be the apple of my mom's eye. After she got married and moved out, my mom frequently criticized me. She'd say, "I wish I could live with Selena instead of you. Why is Selena so pretty while you have nothing to offer? I'm tired of looking at your face." Despite working hard to support our family, why does she have to be so cruel to me? "Mom, I know you think Selena is cute, but you don't have to say it like that," I interrupted, feeling disgusted. "What? If you were more like Selena, I wouldn't have to deal with this every day," my mom retorted, clearly upset. "What do you mean? You think I enjoy this? You think you're doing me a favor by saying you raised me?" I shot back, frustration boiling over. "I didn't mean it like that." "Well, I have no choice but to live with you. If Selena hadn't gotten married, I'd be living with her, not you," she concluded sharply. "Fine, that's enough," I muttered, feeling utterly worn out. We now live in a house rebuilt a few years before my dad passed away. It's in my mom's name, but I'm the one making the remaining loan payments. Despite this, my mom continues to compare me unfavorably to my sister and directs insults solely at me. Living with her constant hateful remarks has pushed me to my limit. Despite my frustrations with my mom's words and actions now, I couldn't bring myself to give up on her. When my dad passed away, she was devastated, crying for days, neglecting her meals, utterly worn out. Those around her were deeply concerned. I felt a strong sense of duty as her eldest daughter to support her through this grief, to protect her for my dad's sake. These days, I often find myself angered by my mom's behavior, yet she remains my only parent. I couldn't harbor deep hatred towards her. Then one day, my sister unexpectedly showed up at our house with her husband. Upon seeing my mom, she dropped a bombshell. "Mom, we're struggling to make ends meet," my sister tearfully confessed, and my mom's expression turned to concern. "Oh no, life can be so tough," my mom sympathized. "What on earth is happening?" I interjected, taken aback. "My husband got laid off suddenly, and we can't afford our apartment rent," my sister explained. "What? That's awful. I'll have to rely on you even more. Would it be alright if we moved in with you, Mom?" my sister asked hopefully. "This isn't good," I muttered to myself, realizing the implications too late. Before I could say anything, my mom eagerly responded, "Yes, yes, of course. My dear Selena, I must help you." "Really, Mom? That would be wonderful. Plus, I've always wanted to live with you," my sister chimed in, her relief palpable. "Wow, thank you, Mom. I love you," my sister exclaimed joyously. My mom beamed with happiness. "Did you hear that? Selena loves me," it decided without considering my opinion. Not willing to accept this, I approached my mom, saying firmly, "Wait a moment, Mom. I live in this house too." "So," my mom replied flatly, her expression unchanged. "Two people suddenly moving in here. I have my own room. I don't care what you think." "But the house is in my name, isn't it?" I protested, trying to reason with her. "That's true, but," I began, only to be interrupted by my mom's sigh. "If it bothers you so much, maybe you should just leave," she retorted sharply. "What?" I froze, stunned by her words. "What are you talking about?" "Didn't you hear me? I said leave. You're just a substitute for Selena to me anyway," she declared coldly. "That's cruel. You don't have to talk to me like that. I'm not some parasite. If Selena comes back, I won't be needed anymore." I choked out, hurt and confused. My mom's words cut deeply, leaving me reeling in darkness. Despite caring for her all my life, she could dismiss me so easily. Meanwhile, my sister, who had left home after marriage without a second thought, was cherished. It made no sense to me. I struggled to comprehend her actions and words. Frustration and misery threatened to overwhelm me, and in that moment of vulnerability, my sister spoke up with a sly sneer. Mom even said this. "Why don't you just get the hell out of here?" "What?" Selena retorted. "If you don't leave, there won't be enough space in the house, right? We don't need you." "What do you mean, you don't need me? I've been the one supporting Mom all this time." "So what?" Selena scoffed. "She wants to live with me now. We don't need you anymore. You're worthless." With that settled, Selena called her mom and her husband, and they started planning the move schedule, completely disregarding my feelings. "I'm so excited. Let's have a barbecue on the day we move in," Selena suggested cheerfully. "Great idea. I'll pick up the ingredients," her husband replied enthusiastically. Everyone was caught up in the excitement, oblivious to my pain and presence. Stunned and hurt, I heard Selena hurling insults at me once more. "Why are you just standing there? I told you to get out. You can't just say that." "I'm not a parasite." "Fine, I'll be out by the end of the week. Is that soon enough for you?" I struggled to hold back tears as I reluctantly agreed. Meanwhile, my mom was already making plans for a short trip with Selena. "Make sure you're moved out by the time we get back from our trip, okay?" she instructed me coldly. With those words, my mom left with Selena and her husband. It became painfully clear to me that to my mom, I was simply a nuisance. As long as Selena was around, I didn't seem to matter at all. No longer feeling sympathy for my mom, I was determined to take action. From that moment, everything moved quickly. I immediately contacted a moving company and swiftly relocated while my mom and sister were away. The movers looked at me curiously and asked, "Do you want us to make sure everything is cleaned up?" I smiled broadly in response. I was moving into company housing. The opportunity had come up several times before, but I had always declined because of my mom. Now, learning that vacancies were available, I wasted no time in starting the move-in process. Starting my life in company housing was unexpected, but as soon as I settled in, I found myself enjoying it. The room was even better than I had imagined. As I adjusted to my new life, I checked my phone and saw missed calls from my mom and sister. The voicemail said, "Come to the house immediately." I anticipated this reaction, but the volume of calls surprised me. Ignoring them might lead them to show up at my workplace, so I stopped by my mom's house on my way home from work. Opening the door, I was met with my mom and sister's intense gazes. They demanded, "What's going on? The house is empty. Where's our favorite fridge and toaster? Bring them back." Remaining calm, I listened to their outbursts, amazed at their accusations. "Where's my stuff now? You can't just take it without asking," my sister insisted, her tone sharp. "Yeah, bring it back immediately," my mom added, echoing her demand. "Bring it back? Why?" I questioned, trying to remain composed. "What do you?" my sister started, but I interrupted. "Actually, all the furniture and appliances belong to me," I stated calmly, unable to suppress a laugh at the misunderstanding. "What's so funny?" my sister snapped, clearly annoyed. "I'm sorry, but you've got it all wrong," I replied, ready to clarify. "What you mean?" Her voice rose in frustration. I decided to lay out the facts plainly. "I don't know what you've heard, but I purchased all the furniture and appliances here. Since I'm moving out, it's only natural for me to take my belongings with me, right?" "What? How can you say that?" my sister protested. "I'm saying that every piece of furniture and appliance in this house I paid for myself. Do you understand?" I reiterated firmly. "But that doesn't mean you can just take everything. Some of that stuff has always been here," my sister retorted, her expression turning malicious. "And you drained the bank account to zero? Couldn't even use mom's credit card on vacation, so you had to take a cash advance to pay for it," my sister shot back accusatorily. "Yeah, because it was my money," I retorted. "What's wrong with you taking it all?" I taunted lightly, trying to provoke her. "Don't toy with me," my sister snapped, advancing towards me with a flushed face, clearly enraged. "Give the money back," she demanded vehemently. "That large sum was supposed to be Dad's insurance payout," she continued. "What? Are you serious? It's not there," I asked incredulously. "No way. There used to be a significant amount in there whenever I visited," my sister argued. That was just me adding a bit each month to supplement my income. It accumulated over time, I explained calmly. What do you mean? Then where's Dad's insurance money? My sister pressed, growing more agitated. It's gone, long gone. Mom spent it all, I declared bluntly. At this revelation, my sister turned sharply towards our mom. Caught off guard, our mom avoided eye contact, her expression betraying a mix of guilt and avoidance. Wait, Mom, is that true? My sister asked anxiously. Well, you see, my mom muttered evasively, unable to meet my sister's gaze. What's going on? My sister yelled at our mom, her voice filled with disbelief and anger. How could you do this? You spent Dad's money. What are you going to do about it? She demanded furiously. I was just happy that we could all live together again, my mom stammered, looking overwhelmed. You came back because you wanted to live with me too, right? My sister pressed, her voice sharp with accusation. What? That's ridiculous. I only came back to deal with my debt, my sister admitted tersely. Debt? I interjected, stunned by this new revelation. As I listened to the conversation unfold between my mom and sister, I learned the truth. My sister and her husband had fallen into gambling addiction, accumulating significant debts. Despite attempts to repay these debts through gambling, their financial situation only worsened. Eventually, her husband lost his job due to company restructuring, leaving them in dire straits. Returning to our family home, my sister and her husband had hoped to access Dad's insurance money. Unaware of my sister's true intentions, my mom impulsively sided with her and kicked me out of the house. This is the reality now, do you understand? I stated firmly. There's no more insurance money left from Dad. All that remains is the mortgage. I'm leaving now, and you both will have to manage the rest of the mortgage, I declared, preparing to walk away. Unexpectedly, my sister rushed towards me with tears in her eyes. Wait, sis, both my husband and I are drowning in debt. We can't possibly handle the loan payments. That's not my concern, I replied tersely. You want to live with Mom, right? I didn't know any of this would happen. Mom always said she wanted to live with you too. I'm really happy for you, my sister pleaded desperately. No, don't go, Emily, please, my mom chimed in, trying to hold on to me. Stay here, Emily, please. I forcefully pushed away from their grasp. I've supported you my whole life in this house. I even paid the mortgage. Yet you favor Selena, and when she returns, you tell me to leave like a parasite? Are you kidding me? She's not just a cute little sister, she's a human parasite. I will never return to this house again. Mom, Selena, you'll have to manage the debt yourselves, I concluded, turning my back on them. With those words, I left my parents' home. Despite their desperate clinging, I had no reason to listen to them anymore. It's been almost a month since then, I reflected. My mom and sister, struggling and impatient, took on part-time and day jobs. Despite their efforts, they couldn't earn enough. In the end, they had to sell our family home and move into a cheap apartment, where they fought bitterly every day. I walked away from that toxic environment, knowing I had made the right decision for myself. Selena argued, Mom, you kicked her out just for us to move in. We could have figured something out if you let her stay. Mom retorted, What? I did it to make space for you all. Can't you survive without our money? You sweetly said you wanted to live with me, but in the end, it's all about money. So what? You're useless apart from money. Watch your mouth. Get out of here. Both of you, get out. My sister fired back angrily. Now they struggle to make ends meet, barely scraping enough for daily meals, unable to afford even basic necessities. Despite their situation, they have no choice but to try to get along and cooperate. They truly are in a desperate situation. As for me, I'm living a fulfilling life in the company housing I moved into. With a shorter commute, I have more time for myself. Although being kicked out of my parents' house was shocking, I now feel grateful for it. From now on, I want to focus on living happily, thinking only of my own well-being.